friend that's a Holocaust denier. You got. Hey, fellas. What's up? It seemed important. Okay, cool. There's I just wanted you to hear this because it's fucking tight. Plus, you know what? I shouldn't have said anything. 3 of you are wearing sunglasses. You're dipshits. It's okay. I mean, I'm up here and the fucking lights are blaring right in my eyes, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do it, man. I'm a fucking man, you know? I'm not gonna let a little brightness fucking make me look like an asshole. Like two of you were like, yeah, we do like assholes, and then the other one's like, I'm sticking to it, man. I don't care. I'm gonna stab this guy in the parking lot later, but I'm gonna do it with my sunglasses on. So you guys are gonna relate to this. I have a friend that's a Holocaust denier. Yeah. And a lot of people will ask me, how can you be friends with a Holocaust denier? Well, here's what you gotta understand. This dude has helped me move twice. So you can't get rid of that guy over one minor disagreement, you know? It works out, man. Like, he's so cool. He doesn't, like, I don't have to give him beer. I don't have to give him pizza. Just every now and then he'll be like, dude, I need you to read this article. You gotta do your own research, you know? And he helps me move, so I'll read it and I'll be like, yeah, 6 million is a big number. I don't know, man. That's fucking... I like to play dominoes, or you know, you might like, if you're cool. I like to play bones, you know, and so I play with a lot of black dudes, and while I'm playing dominoes with them, they say the N-word a lot, and it's just weird, man, how much it reminds me of Thanksgiving, you know. Miss my dad. Now I don't approve of that, but I will admit I have said the N-word. I'm not proud of it, but I had to. And some of you might say, "What do you mean you had to?" All right. Well, here's the thing. Okay. I was in a stage production of To Kill a Mockingbird. And I portrayed Bob Ewell, who is the most racist character ever written. And I said the N-word, I said it 6 times while I was on stage. Now, it was only in the script 3, but the character kind of took over, you know? Said it 12 times backstage. It was, no, that's so bad. I'm in a lot of pain right now. I had a herniated disc, so I had to go get it checked out. The first thing they did, they told me to go to a chiropractor, which the whole time I was like, I think this guy's herniating my disc more. It's so weird. Like, it hurts the whole time. I feel like the first chiropractor was just a failed assassin, you know? Like he just snuck up behind some dude. It was like, feel better? No. So it didn't work. So the next thing that I did, I had spinal surgery. I had a C5, C6 fusion on my vertebrae, and that's already nerve-wracking enough. What made it worse for me is about a month before the surgery, I binge-watched a show called Dr. Death about a spinal surgeon who just killed a bunch of patients. He killed 8 patients. That's crazy. He killed 8 patients before any of the other doctors were like, I don't know if Steve's actually qualified to do this. There's no other job where you can kill that many people before they stop you. I mean, maybe a cop, but that's the only one. Look, don't groan at that, because I'm not even saying they're not legitimate kills, okay? Like, every one of them could be justified, but at some point, somebody's gonna go up to the chief and be like, Jones needs a different beat, all right? This one ain't working out for him. We need to put him on some of those horses or something, you know? Instead of shooting them, we can just lasso them and bring them in. Every time I see a cop on a horse, I'm like, you gay, dude. My daughter would love that job. She's 3, and I love her. I love my daughter so much. But man, if I tell you guys, my daughter, she is the absolute meanest person I've ever met. Just to me, she's so fucking mean to me. She's physically and emotionally abusive. She punches me. I got a busted lip for no reason. She just thought it was funny. She gives me titty twisters. I don't even know. She's fascinated with my man boo. We had friends over to the house the other day, and she crawled up in my lap on the couch, and I was like, oh, she's showing people how much she loves her daddy. And then she said, Daddy, let me see your big boobies. And I was like, go, time out, bitch. The other day, I was getting out of the shower, and somehow she got into the bathroom, and she pointed at my penis, and she said, Daddy's vagina? And I was like, that's not what that is. I try to get back at her, though. I've been creating a lot of games that just involve me throwing shit at her, you know? Obviously dodgeball, that's a classic. Sometimes she'll just be running around the yard, and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna try and hit you with the ball, and I'll just kick it as hard as I can at her face. We'll be getting dressed, getting ready for school in the morning, and I'm just like, all right, put on your shirt, and I'll throw it at her, and be like, come on, catch it. We play catch, and I just throw the baseball as hard as I can. No, I don't do that. That's me. She's so mean to me. I don't know why she's mean. I feel like I'm a good dad. I feel like I've been a good dad before she was even born. You know, I went to all the OB/GYN appointments with my wife when she was pregnant, which I shouldn't have done that. That was just 9 months of me watching another dude put his fingers in my wife's vagina. And because my wife, I'm 44 now, my wife is 45, so when our daughter was born, I was 42, she was 43, and because my wife's age is what you call a geriatric pregnancy, and the doctor made sure to remind us every fucking time we went there. First month, he was like, now because of your age, this could be a difficult pregnancy. And then the next month, he was like, now because of how old you are, the child could be born with some complications. And then the next month, he said, now, listen, you're a little older now. And I said, hey, man, you can either finger my wife or insult her, but you're not going to do both, okay? I gotta draw the line somewhere. I went to the doctor recently because I thought I had cancer. I have a big lump right here on my abdomen, and I thought it was a tumor. So I went to the doctor, and they did an ultrasound on it. And a few minutes later, the doctor came in, and he was like, Mr. Burrow, we got the imaging results back. What you have is a lipoma. And I said, oh God, how long do I have? And the doctor said, no, it's nothing to worry about. A lipoma isn't a tumor. A lipoma is just a collection of fatty tissue on top of your fat cells. have never wanted cancer so bad. Okay, Doc, let me see if I got this right. What you're saying is I'm so fat, my fat has fat? Is that where? I want a second opinion. I think it's a tumor. I'm not going to go home and tell my wife, hey, babe, everything's fat. Everything's fat. Hold on. Everything's fine. It's just fat on fat, you know? She already yells at me every time I try and get some cookies out of the cabinet. What's she going to do? Now, hey, fatty fat, hey. What's my little double stuff doing over there? Let me tell her it's cancer, right? Let her think that I'm dying. At least she'll be nice to me for a couple days. We might start fucking again. It'll be good. I miss fucking my wife. I do. My wife's got good pussy. As far as I can remember, it was... It's not that we don't want to have sex with each other. It's just with this kid, we're exhausted all the time, you know? And so it just doesn't happen very much. And to my wife's credit, she tries more often than I do. We'll be laying in bed about 2 or 3 nights a week. She'll reach over, try and touch my dick. I'll be halfway through putting my CPAP mask on. I just kind of have to brush her hand away and be like, not tonight. You know what I love about that joke is I can always tell who has a CPAP mask. Cause you know what it is? It's always some woman laughing too fucking hard. And then her husband being like, yeah, that does suck. It is. It is. Here's the problem. You just can't fuck with a CPAP mask because there's no position that works, you know? Right? Right? Like, you can't get on top of her because then the air hose is just dangling down, hitting her in the face. She can't get on top of you because then she might start going a little crazy. Her knee gets on top of your air hose, cuts off your oxygen supply. She looks a little kinky, right? She might be like, talk dirty to me. Then you're just like, I hate that talk dirty stuff, man. My wife will say, she'll be like, talk dirty to me. I'm like, I love you. Why do I want to say mean shit? How about instead I look you in the eyes and tell you how beautiful you are? You know, why don't I whisper in your ear and tell you how much I love you? She'll say, why don't you make me feel nasty? Okay. You like this dick, you fucking retard? How's that feel? Yeah. I don't like. I can see your roots growing out, you old bitch. This is. Maybe it's not the CPAP that why we don't fuck anymore. I used to fuck a lot more, man. I used to be in the Marine Corps, which I know it don't look like it, but it was that's not a Marine over there. That was the wrong sound. It is cool though. Like the different branches, they all have their own sounds when they get excited. You know, so like in the Marine Corps, when we get excited, we say "oorah." That's our thing, right? And then in the Army, when they get excited, they're like "darr" or something like that. Hanging out with someone in the Army is like fucking my wife, you know. In the Air Force, when they get excited, they just say, "I'm just here for college." And then in the Navy, when they get excited, they're like, "Yes, Queen," or something like that. Anyway, when I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan. While I was there, I fucked a lot of Asian chicks. It wasn't a fetish or anything, just kind of what was available at the moment. A friend of mine found out I used to have sex with Asian women. He got excited. He was like, dude, I love Asian chicks. I want to fuck more Asian chicks. What's the secret? And I said, well, I moved to Asia, so I have a lot of respect for Asian people. I don't see that as much here in the States. In fact, just the other day, I was in the grocery store, and the dude behind me started making fun of the Chinese accent, and I said, not on my watch, that ain't gonna happen. So I turned around, I let him know. I said, hey, y'all need to cut that shit out right now. And it was just two Chinese dudes talking to each other. Did you forget? No? Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see it. Anyway, I was like, I'm fucking going too long. My bad. All right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this and then bring up the next comedian. So here's what I hate most about being fat. There's a lot, but this is it. I've been the same size for about 5 years, but still, whenever I run into a friend that I haven't seen in a while, they'll always come up to me and they'll say, "Damn, Mitch, you look good. Are you losing weight?" And then all I can think is, how fat am I in your memory that every time you see me, you're just like, oh, that's not as bad as I recall. All right, guys, that's all my time. Thank you so much.